Hi, we're going to acid etch today. I've got my acid etch out, I've got my nitrile gloves on, and I've got my beads that I want to etch also. So these are transparent aqua ones. I think you can see them there. When you etch them, they turn into something that looks kind of like beach glass. And we'll talk about the process in just a minute. Let me thread some onto my wire, and then I'm going to pop them into my acid etch. But I wanted to get a few on there so you can see what it looks like. I'm putting a few on. Okay, they're strung onto my steel wire, and I put the whole wire into my etch bath. And this is an old one. It's lasted a long time. And I just put it in there, and I'm very careful to have my gloves on, and you can buy boxes of gloves or individuals or whatever. This is kind of what mine looks like. I happen to have purple ones because purple's a great color. And they're gonna sit in there for a little while, and it all depends on how heavily you want to etch them. And I'm just kind of showing you what it looks like, so you can leave them in as long as you want. I tend to maybe a couple of minutes, sometimes longer than that. When I'm etching ivory, sometimes I like a really, really heavily etched bead. So just kind of play with it, and different glasses will etch a little bit differently also. So it's sitting in there, and the rest of the things that I have to do are, I got a glass in a disposable plastic cup of hot water, which is waiting here, and inside of it, to neutralize the acid, I'm going to be using some Arm & Hammer baking soda, and baking soda neutralizes things. You want to be extra, extra, extra careful not to get the acid on anything, either anything that people would use, anything like that. Just be super careful. Normally, I am doing this over my steel sink in my studio. So I'm going to put a little bit of this baking soda into the hot water, and that will neutralize it when I take it out of the acid bath. And just because you don't need to sit here and watch it for a couple of minutes and me talk about I don't know what we're going to do is I'm going to take it out so you know what it looks like and neutralize it. So I have this over a disposable plate. The lid is on here so nothing will get on anything else. Really careful, careful, careful with this stuff. And what I do is I take this out of the bath. I bet you figured I was going to do that. And I've got my water with my baking soda in it, and I'm going to put it directly in here. And I don't know whether you can see, but it bubbles a little bit as it does it, as it goes in. And what I make sure is that all of the area that was in the acid actually goes into the neutralizer. And while that's sitting in there for a sec, I put the lid back onto my etch bath. Okay, it's neutralized. After this, I just need to rinse it in water and I'm done. So I've made sure that the entire wire has gotten neutralized also. And I tend to keep the wire and use it over and over again. And when they come out, let me just pop them into a paper towel. Maybe you can see them a little bit better if I dry them. Give me just a second. And hopefully some of that will show up. I think it does. Can you see that there? They've etched. They're not transparent anymore. They're pretty. See how that looks? Okay, so we've acid etched them. You can do it too. Extra, extra careful, not on anything. And then of course you throw everything away, the gloves, the paper plate, everything else. And I'm gonna keep this glove on as I take my acid and put it back to where I normally store it. And I usually store it inside of a Ziploc, also inside the shelf, and just in a very safe place. So thanks for joining me. I hope you are ready to acid etch stuff. Oh, and this is the liquid. Acid etch comes in a cream form. I don't use it. I've always used the liquid, so that's what I'm showing you. Take care. Have fun. Bye. It's me, Marcy. Bye.